Sixth grade Excel, lesson 97. Writing probability as a fraction, decimal, percent, or proportion, otherwise known as a ratio. So we're going to be looking at probability written all different ways. We've done all this kind of stuff before, but we've never really put it together in this kind of a package. So make sure you watch the lesson all the way through and understand how to do this. It shouldn't be too tough. Here's our first problem. Jason has 10 marbles in a bag, 3 red, 5 blue, and 2 yellow. If he chooses one without looking, the probability that it will be red is, of course, the probability that it will be red is 3 out of 10 because there are 3 red, and altogether we have 3, 5, and 2, making 10. This probability can be written as a fraction to look like this, as a decimal because 3/10 is 0.3, and as a percent because 3 out of 10 is the same thing as 30 out of 100, which is 30%. Or a proportion, or a ratio, and that would be looking like 3 to 10, or 3:10. So all of these mean the same thing, same idea, but it just kind of looks a little bit different. All right, let's do this first problem here together, and then I'm going to have you try some on your own. Kate has 5 caps. Only one is green. If she chooses one without looking, what is the probability that it will be green? Write the probability as a fraction. Well, if she has 5 caps and one of them is green, as a fraction, she has a 1/5 chance of picking the green one. So write that in the first blank. And the second one is the exact same problem, except it says write the probability as a decimal. Well, 1/5 is not equal to 0.5. We got to change this into either tenths or hundredths, and we can change it into tenths by multiplying top and bottom by 2. So this is equal to 2/10 or 0.2. So that's how you do the decimal part. Just make sure you change it into tenths or hundredths. And what about as a percent? Well, 1/5 percent means out of, that's right, out of 100, and 5 can be changed to 100 by multiplying by 20, and so 1/5 is the same thing as 20 hundredths or 20%, and you can see by putting a 0 on there, it's pretty obvious that 0.2 is equal to 20%. And what about as a proportion? Well, that would be 1, you can do it as 1:5, or you can do it as 1/25, actually write it out. All right, the next part has 3 problems for you to try. Go ahead and give those a shot. Pause the video and then turn it back on when you're ready to see what the answer is. Number 2 says Nate has 10 pictures. 6 of them are photographs. If he chooses one without looking, what is the probability it would be a photograph? So write the probability as a fraction, and all fractions need to be reduced at this point in math. So those either 6/10, you almost got it right, but I can reduce 6/10 to 3/5. And so 3/5 would be the correct answer. I bet you I got some of you on that one. Don't forget, all fractions, reduce them down, simplify them. Andy wrote 8 stories. 2 are about penguins. If he randomly chooses one story to read, what is the probability? It will be about penguins, right? The probability as a decimal. He wrote 8 stories, and 2 are about penguins. So the fraction that we have is 2/8. Now how can I change 8ths into tenths? I can't. Can I change 8 into hundredths? Can't do that as well. So what I want to do first, again with my fractions, is simplify that fraction. So 2/8 is the same thing as 1/4. How do I write that as a decimal? Can I change it into tenths to make it look like point something? Nope, can't do it because 4 can't go into 10, but 4 can go into 100. 4 times 25 is 100. 1 times 25 is 25, and so the answer is 0.25. or 25 hundredths. Number 4, Danielle has 20 coins, 7 are quarters. She pulls out a coin without looking. What is the probability it would be a quarter? Write the probability as a percent. Okay, if she has 20 coins, it says she has 20 coins and 7 of them are quarters, and we have to change that into a percent. Percent means out of 100. Can I go from 20 to 100? And yes, I can. And also, just take a look at that, 7/20. That is reduced all the way down. That's simplified because I can only divide 7 by 7. That's the only number I can divide that by. And I can't divide 20 by 7. So 7/20 is simplified. But back to our regular scheduled problem here. 20 times 5 is 100. 7 times 5 is 35. And so my percent is 35 out of 100, or 35%. So what we're saying here is that Danielle has a 35% chance of pulling a quarter out of her coins. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.